missing the playoffs in every year since 1994, the Charlotte Eagles will now see that amazing streak come to an end. So pride becomes the motivating factor as the club looks to finish the campaign in good form. For the Virginia Beach Mariners, an appearance in the A-League postseason is well within their grasp, but a victory is crucial in every remaining match. It's Charlotte versus Virginia Beach on Fox Sports World. USL Soccer on Fox Sports World comes to you tonight from Virginia Beach. The Charlotte Eagles enter the match looking to prevent Virginia Beach from moving one step closer to clinching a playoff berth. The Mariners, who currently sit in second place in the Southeast Division, know that a loss tonight at home could ultimately end their chances of advancing to the postseason. Welcome live to the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach, Virginia for the A-League match of the week as the Charlotte Eagles face the Virginia Beach Mariners. Glad you're with us for USL Soccer on Fox Sports World. I'm Sean Wheelock. The Virginia Beach Mariners that finished bottom of the table a year ago now find themselves in second place in the Southeast Division. That is the playoff zone. They are 1 point clear of the Richmond Kickers entering tonight's match. Pleased to be working with my partner Richard Broad. And Richard, although Virginia Beach currently in the hunt for the playoffs, every match now critical. They really need 3 points tonight.
This is their last home game of the season. It's very important they get a result tonight because they go on the road for 3 after this. Earlier today, I had a chance to talk to both coaches about what they felt would be the keys to the game.
The 3 keys for us tonight, the first one would be shutting down Andy McDermott, shutting down Aguilera. I think the second key would be Kevin O'Brien providing cover for our 2 center backs against Washington and Lassiter. And the third key would be just finishing our counterattack chances.
The 3 keys of the game for the Mariners are, number 1, to stay very organized defensively and to limit their chances. Number 2 is to move the ball very, very quickly to help us keep possession and dictate the pace of the game. And number 3, get in behind their defense as often as possible and make it count with some goals.
The Mariners are an explosive offensive team, but it's been the defense that has been the key to their second half surge.
Stay with us, everyone. When Richard and I return, we'll check the starting 11 for both clubs, and then it's the first half kickoff. Charlotte versus Virginia Beach coming up next on Fox Sports World.
Fox Sports World presents Soccer Tips with Andy Gray.
In today's game, if the ball is played back to the goalkeeper with the foot, then the goalkeeper, as in this case, cannot pick the ball up. He has to clear it with his feet, so goalkeepers have got to adapt. But if the ball is headed back, as in this case, or chested, or played with the thigh back to the goalkeeper, then he can pick it up and use his hands. The 6-second rule causes controversy. It's one you won't see given very often, but in this case last season, Bolton up at St James's against Newcastle, Jyskalainen takes almost 10 seconds. David Ellery decides to give a free kick. The ultimate punishment, a goal against. But you don't see this one given very often.
Soccer Tips with Andy Gray, brought to you by Fox Sports World.
Get next year's cars, trucks, and sport utilities at last year's prices. Only at Field Auto City. Like this brand new 2003 full-size GMC Sierra. Now $199 a month. Or pay absolutely positively $0 down and only $249 a month. 2003 Pontiac Sunfires with automatic, sunroof, and CD player. Unbelievably $169 a month. Savings up to $9 grand off the certified factory sticker on 2003 GMC Envoys, Yukons, and Denali. Next year's models, last year's prices. This year's finance rates. Only at Field Auto City, Alexandria.
Good organization, but on 2 occasions in that sequence, Sean, the player had a chance to take a one-time shot, didn't do so. They got no shots on goal. You need to take those chances. Full volley might have been in order that time by Gajardo.
McDermott to captain to Gajardo. First Swinehart can't win it, Mahoney does. Jakob Fenger, the Dane, back to his goalkeeper, Matt Nelson, making his 8th appearance of the campaign and his 2nd straight in goal. Joe Larson, the number 2 keeper tonight, has actually made 17 appearances, but statistically Nelson has been better. 4 victories against 2 losses, 1 draw, a stellar 0.81 goals against average, and he's kept 4 clean sheets in his 8 starts this year. Perhaps earning the start tonight for the 2-1 victory in Virginia Beach's last match. That was Wednesday at Atlanta. That was the match that put them in 2nd place when they overtook the Richmond Kickers.
He's done very, very well. Joe Larson's also had a very good season in the net, one of the leading goalkeepers in the league. But Matt Nelson, as you say, he's really come up big when he's gotten his opportunity. And this is a big game, a must-win at home for the Mariners.
Gajardo. Well done for Gustafaro. Andy Gustafaro. Gajardo on the return. Thinks about a switch. Akers has time, has space to create. Akers to the byline. Gustafaro couldn't run that down. This will be a goal kick for Matt Nelson.
Gustafaro's a very active player. He sometimes plays in the middle of the field for Mark Steffens. He's changed it around a lot tonight. Some real interesting combinations. You saw Gustafaro trying to get around the back. Good defending by Kevin Knott, who's played steadily at left back all season for Virginia Beach.
Perhaps the most interesting coaching decision for Mark Steffens tonight. He does not have a #2 goalkeeper dressed. The emergency goalkeeper would be Carlos Calderson, a midfielder who has made 17 appearances and just 1 in goal. He played 4 minutes, but electing to go with all outfield players and no second choice keeper.
Sean, another interesting thing is Trevor Upton received a red card in the last game, but it's still a time appearance before that would take effect. So he is playing in this game. He will not be playing in the next game for Charlotte. Trevor Upton maybe thinking about that early on in the game and having some concerns and things on his mind, but he wasn't ready for that first chance.
That red card was what led to Calderson's debut appearance in goal for the Charlotte Eagles in their last match. 4-1 home loss to Atlanta last Saturday. That's a lovely ball for Dante Washington. The former U.S. international couldn't turn. Well done by Ben Johnson.
Great work by Ben Johnson that time, but once again, that's not a good matchup. Ben Johnson's a fighter, a scrappy player, but physically, he's just not as big and strong as Dante Washington. I'd like to see Rife on Washington, Johnson on Lassiter. To me, that makes more sense, but of course, Mark Steffens may have his reasons for making that switch from what he originally planned to do.
Fenger from Moore. Jakob Fenger. Still Fenger. Fenger has a go, can't get it through.
By playing Gustafaro wide, they get more attack down the right side, but he's not as accustomed to tracking back defensively, and Jakob Fenger can really cause problems by getting down the flank. He's very quick, has a lot of pace up and down the side.
Fenger for Washington, couldn't turn to it.
And that time it was Josh Rife on Dante Washington. Much better matchup for the Eagles.
Well, one in the midfield by Mahoney. Washington, Mahoney continues his run. Mahoney dispossessed from behind in a clean challenge, an intelligent challenge by Jason Akers. Launching the counterattack for Charlotte. Long by Gustafaro. Swinehart. Gomez makes the run into the 18-yard box. This is Gomez laying off with the back heel. Mahoney is there. This portion of the match is brought to you by Field Auto City. Lassiter, the captain. Amani Dove. Hutchison. Aguilera. Lassiter.
Good challenge by Ben Johnson on Roy Lassiter that time. He's very quick, very feisty. Lassiter got the goal, but it was off a set piece. Really not Johnson's fault at all. Johnson can stay with Lassiter. He needs to not lose his concentration because Roy Lassiter, very savvy, knows to slip in, very opportunistic as we saw early. Dante
Washington getting very deep from his striker position, looking for service. Virginia Beach continues to be patient with that 1-goal lead. Lassiter, his 6th of the campaign, coming in the 4th minute if you joined us late. That is the start Virginia Beach was looking for. Fenger. Now Gomez, he'll try to launch the counterattack cohesively through the center circle. Gustafaro for Swinehart into space. There's Dustin Swinehart. Bad mistake by the keeper, and then brilliantly saved by Dan Buskey. Defensive play of the night after Nelson was made to look somewhat foolish.
Steve Danbuski coming up with probably the biggest play of the game. Great work by Swinehart, who has excellent speed. I didn't think he could catch up to that ball. He fooled me, and he also fooled Matt Nelson. Came very close to tying it up.
So the incredible burst of speed on that far flank by Dustin Swinehart. First corner kick of the night. Jason Akers for the Eagles. Shot turned on target and just put wide. Gajardo had a great look at it and pulled it wide.
Gajardo's frustrated. Good job by Hayden Woodworth, who hit that ball first time. He didn't wait to settle it, got the shot off, got the deflection with Gajardo, came very, very close. I can see what Mark Steffens means. This team plays good soccer. Sean McDonald has to be a little bit concerned, even though his team has a 1-0 lead. The thing that Sean McDonald has is great weapons at his disposal. He has a lot of talent. Jeff Billick went down with a broken leg. They brought on Jeff Moore. They have tremendous depth here at Virginia Beach.
O'Brien back to his keeper. Settled in has Trevor Upton after a very shaky start, making his 12th appearance of the campaign. Entering the match with 2 clean sheets, 2.02 goals against average, but he has settled in nicely as the first choice keeper for Mark Steffens' club. Hutchison. Moore. Lassiter. Kevin O'Brien for the Eagles. All the way back now, Misiamani Dove. Back for Russell Hutchison. Moore. Hutchison. Mahoney. Charlotte continuing to allow the back line of the Virginia Beach Mariners to really have a free kick around in their own half.
What's been interesting, though, is that Aguilera has not touched the ball that much. It means Andy McDermott is doing his job. I don't think Andy McDermott's touched the ball at all, but he doesn't have to. His job is to shut down Aguilera, prevent that link up from back to front for Virginia Beach.
Now Ben Johnson. Hayden Woodworth. Charlotte just trying to get something going. They have had 2 quality chances since the Lassiter goal in the 4th minute. Gajardo. That's a lovely ball by Gajardo. This is Andy Gustafaro. Ball crossing the byline before it was caught by Matt Nelson, so this will be a goal kick. Virginia Beach, Richard, does control their own destiny. Again, entering this match on 38 points, 1 point clear of the Richmond Kickers for the 2nd place finish, which would be a playoff berth out of the A-League Southeast Division. Their next match will be next Friday at Pittsburgh, then August 29th at Montreal, August 31st to conclude the regular season at Toronto. Richmond, 4 matches remaining. Tomorrow at Charleston, August 22nd at Syracuse, August 23rd at Rochester, and then August 30th they're home to conclude the season against the Charlotte Eagles. And that shot well wide. Nice opportunity, however, very nice opportunity by Jose Gomez, but no real worries for Matt Nelson.
That's very interesting and not surprising. Charlotte is not sitting back at all. They're taking the game to Virginia Beach. I've been very impressed with their explosiveness and pace up front.
Gomez. Gustafaro. Gajardo. Gustafaro on the return. Has space on that flank. Swinehart looked to play the return, couldn't do it. Mahoney was there. Now Jakob Fenger, the Dane. Right to Swinehart. Mental error there by Fenger, who's normally much more solid than that, especially on those short passes in the midfield.
He's been under pressure by Gustafaro, who's getting up and down the flank, and Fenger is not used to having played this much defense. He's an attacking style player. He's going to have to work with Gustafaro, but the same token, Gustafaro is going to have to get back when Fenger gets forward.
Gomez, slip past to Misiamani. Dove, the ball going out of touch, so a throw in for the Charlotte Eagles. From Woodworth, Akers, Gustafaro. Back for Johnson. Gustafaro. O'Brien. Rife. Patience now by Charlotte. Washington putting on pressure. Reif. No need to panic for Charlotte. With no hope of making the playoffs for the first time since 1993, they will fail to reach the postseason in United Soccer League's competition. It's a chance coming in for Swinehart. The offside flag went up.
Very late on that offside call. Looked to me like he was offside. I was looking for the flag, didn't see it. I'm surprised that it was called so late.
Richard, though, with Charlotte out of playoff contention, they really can just relax, try to finish the campaign on a strong note, possibly try to be the spoiler.
Well, they can, and this is the approach that they're taking. And yes, it's an obvious offside, but the thing is, the linesman, yes, he does put his flag up a little bit late. I think the whistle could have blown a little bit sooner on that one.
Virginia Beach in no hurry to take this set piece.
It's a hot, humid night. Charlotte is very, very fit. They're going to be able to keep it up, I'm sure. But on the other hand, Virginia Beach is fit as well, and they're very deep. It's a strength of the team.
Through the 18-yard box, too high for Dante Washington, easy for Trevor Upton. This portion of the match is brought to you by MarinersSoccer.com. On the full distribution by Trevor Upton. Hayden Woodworth. Has space, instead slowing down. Now into the attacking half, showing some skill. Switching for Reif.
Hayden Woodworth was a central midfielder, actually a holding midfielder, and an All-American at Messiah College. He's played mostly at left back, tonight at left midfield, and he's a little uncomfortable out in the flanks. He feels better when he can get in the center of the park, but he's a young player, has to adjust to a different role. How well he does that is going to maybe determine his future as a pro in this country.